Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly Hilton, and today I'm going to share with you how I make a color wheel using only 3 colors. Today I'm going to be using Da Vinci's Ultramarine Blue, Da Vinci Alizarin Crimson, and that is a quinacridone color, which is pigment PV19. And Da Vinci's Arylide Yellow, and it's pigment PY97. And the ultramarine is PB29. Okay, so I'm going to use this color wheel as a template to make my own color wheel. And what I'm going to do is just take a pencil and I'm using Winsor & Newton 10 by 14 inch watercolor paper. It's 300 grams and 140 pounds. So the first thing I'm going to do, now if you don't have a color wheel, you can of course just draw a circle, use a lid to something or anything just to draw a circle. And then we're going to divide the circle into 12 segments. And I'm just going to use the lines that they already had just to make it easier. And I'm just going to mark off each section. Okay, and now that we have our sections marked off, and you could think of this like a clock, but we're just going to draw a line from one side to the other. If you've never made a color wheel of your own before, it's a really good exercise to learn about mixing colors and color theory. So what we're going to do is mix all the colors from just those 3 colors. And you'll be able to see the colors that you can get from mixing these 3 primary colors. And if you use these 3 colors, you'll have harmony in your painting. But you'll really be surprised to see how many colors you can mix just using the 3 primaries. So the next thing I'm going to do is use this compass to draw rings. Oops. If you don't have a compass, you can use smaller circles like tape, or whatever you have that's a circle that you can use as an outline. Okay, now I'm going to make it a little bit wider. I'm just using this eraser to judge about how wide to make the rings. I didn't really plan the measurements. I hope it works out. Going to divide that one. It's a little bit smaller, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I guess the first step we should do is mark where we're going to put the yellow. You can use any shade of yellow that you have. It doesn't have to be the Arylide yellow. Cadmium yellow light will work well with this, or any light yellow you have. Also, burnt sienna would work well. This is a color wheel that I made using raw sienna, ultramarine blue, and burnt sienna. It's more of a landscape top palette with neutral colors. But I'm going to do a series of palettes, so it's going to take the guesswork out of the color mixing for me. So I just want to make sure I put these in the right spot. So the yellow's there. We're going to put the blue here. And the red. Let me turn this. And the red, the Alizarin Crimson here. It is a cool red. I may do a series of these color wheels because I would like to do one with a warm and a cool red. I believe that's called a split primary palette. Okay, so I already have ultramarine blue here in this well on this palette, so I'm just going to pick up a little ultramarine blue and I'm going to put it in this first something that I forgot to do. I was going to put tape. I was going to put tape on sections to keep the paint from bleeding into each other. That's what I meant to do. So, I'm trying to decide whether I want to go ahead and tape it now. I think I will, because if not, we're gonna have to wait for everything to dry. Now, I would normally use masking tape, the really thin. I think this is probably about 1/4 of an inch. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's about 1/4 of an inch, but this is washi tape. I couldn't find my regular masking tape, but this works. The color might be a little distracting, but this will keep us from having to wait for the paint to dry before we move on to the next space. Now, doing a color wheel can take a little bit of time, especially if you're gonna mix, this is gonna be an orange color, and we're gonna mix the orange with the blue in various amounts to make the various, I think they're called tertiary colors. Or I could be wrong. I hope that's dry enough. I could come back to that. I'll let that dry just a little bit longer. I could do this side. Actually, okay, I believe that fixed it. So you want to clean out your brush real good before you pick up the next color. And the next color is going to be Alizarin Crimson. I should have wet my well. This is just a little, I think it's called a pipette. And I'm just gonna go ahead and with the colors that I'm gonna be using. Okay, and I'm gonna paint where the red section is marked off. I've made several color wheels. I just find them very useful. And we all know that red, blue, and yellow will make the colors of the color wheel. However, you'll get variations depending on what red, what yellow, and what blue you use. As we will see. I'm not the biggest fan of lemon yellow. Unless, of course, you're painting sunflowers. But it's a really useful color. Especially for mixing greens. So we have our primary colors down. The next thing we're going to do is clean our brush real good, and we'll make the purple color. So you just add the blue and red till you get the color purple that, well, let's look at the color wheel for guidance. A good violet color. I might as well just go ahead and mix it all up, because we're going to, that's a good violet. We're going to use this color to mix some of the other colors. You see there how close that is? Okay, so now that we have the violet color, let me write these down. This is going to be blue violet. This is going to be blue green. This is going to be green, and this, of course, is going to be yellow green. This is going to be yellow orange. This is going to be orange. This is going to be red orange. And this is going to be a red violet. I'll clean this up later. I'll go back and erase the messy pencil marks and write it in with an ink with a pen later. Okay, so I guess it would make sense to go ahead and make the green color. So we're going to mix the ultramarine blue with the yellow to make the green. And depending on your mixture is going to be the, well, here's your blue-green right here. Let me get a little more ultramarine. See what a pretty blue that makes. Let me add a little more the green to that to make it a little more green. Now I'm gonna have to be careful in case that other color is not completely dry, because there's no tape there. Okay, and now we can use a little bit of this part of the puddle to do our green. And just keep mixing until you get the shade that's closest. I think this is a lot more natural looking green than the green on the color wheel. And if we add more yellow, we're going to get more of a yellow green. So just mix until you get the shade that you like. Okay, well, let's see. Let's make our blue our blue violet right now while we have this color here. It's very pretty. Very pretty purpley blue color. We can go ahead and make our red violet. We want it to be darker than the violet. Is it? Let's see. Without being red. Okay, I could go on to do these, but I'm gonna do these first because I already have these colors on the palette and I don't want to waste the color. So the red violet is across from the yellow green, so these are called complementary colors. So what we're going to do to get the next color is just add a little bit of this red violet to the yellow green. And then you paint it, and this is the color. I should wait till that dries. Because if they touch, it's gonna bleed. And then, of course, the more of the red color that you add to it, the variations you're gonna get. That's a really pretty coral color. Let's add a little bit more. That's a really pretty coral color. And then we'll do this side. Same. That one kind of looks the same. I don't. Let's see. So you'll get various shades of neutrals. I hate to waste this paint, but I'm gonna waste this paint because I don't want to muddy my colors. So I'm just gonna clean up my palette. Okay, we haven't done the orange yet, so we'll mix our orange from the Arylide yellow, lemon yellow, cad yellow light, whatever yellow you have, and the Alizarin Crimson. well, we have the red orange right now. Makes a really pretty lipstick red. We're going to add more of the yellow to get the orange color. And more yellow to get our yellow orange color, which is very close to this Hands of Yellow Deep on my palette. So I think it's really cool that you can mix all these colors and you don't have to buy all these colors. You can just get away with 3 colors. And like I said before, if you're only using 3 colors to mix all the other colors, you can be sure that the colors will complement each other because they were all mixed from the same colors, and your paintings will have better harmony. Okay, I'm trying to see. It's almost like a puzzle. So I'm trying to see which one I want to mix next because I do not like wasting paint. We already have the orange. I wish I hadn't got rid of my blue violet. I'm going to have to make more blue violet. So that's the ultramarine. To get this color, the blue violet, we mix the violet with the blue, which we got the violet from the Alizarin Crimson and the blue. So we're going to have to use more Alizarin Crimson to make. And you just gotta keep adding color till you get the color that you're looking for. I know it needs to be more blue, so we're gonna add more blue. And I think that looks close, so I want to make sure that I'm using the right orange. Okay, so when you mix the blue violet and the orange, you're going to get a kind of brown color. Depending on the amount that you mix. And this is more of a I'm not sure what this color is called, but it looks like a nice sunset mountain color. And this is turning a really pretty neutral color. And I need to give some more orange. Oh, that makes almost a really light brown. I thought it was going to be like a sienna color, but not quite. Too much. It's almost like a skin tone color. Mixing the yellow orange with the blue violet makes really nice skin tone colors. So let's wipe this off. There's not much we can do with this now. I'm going to wipe this part of the palette out. Let's do the red orange and the blue green. And try it like that. So we made the blue green, of course, by mixing the ultramarine and the yellow. So let me just mix up some of that real quick. So I'm just going to add to the red here, the red orange. It makes a very pretty gray, neutral type color. It's a dark, almost Payne's gray color. And this, adding more of the red orange makes it a little bit lighter gray color. And that's going to make it a more purpley gray color. some more of that red orange color and add it to our mix. It's not real different. Let's do add a little bit more, make it more different. And let's do a little bit more. It's a really nice gray. It's a beautiful gray. So I guess the next one we should do is the orange, since I already have orange mixed up here. And I guess I need to clean this. I'm just using bathroom tissue. To clean out the palette. It's doing a good job. I normally use paper towels, but I didn't have any handy. Orange with just regular ultramarine blue. And I'll just start by adding a little blue to the orange. Mix it up into a little more orange, which makes the kind of brown color. Almost like a raw umber, I would say. And then maybe add a little more because it didn't change it much. That could almost be a near black color. So since we went that way, I want to add more orange on this side to see those variations. So I need to mix a little bit up real quick. Yellow and And this is almost like a burnt umber color. The brush isn't big enough. And this is almost a burnt sienna color. And that is just a bit lighter than the other color. Well, we're getting close. I can't remember, so I'm just gonna lock that up. Okay, so the next color we're going to do is the yellow and violet colors. I think that's close. Looks like I'm running out of yellow here. Trying to make that last one a little different from that one, but it's awfully close. Okay, we're almost finished. This has been a long video. So we just need to mix some green. And I'm using the Princeton Aqua Elite size 12 round brush, but you can use whatever, doesn't matter. And now, one last color, the Alizarin Crimson. I touched those colors and they're bleeding into each other, but that's okay. This is making a nice warm gray color here. It's really nice tree bark kind of color. I think I need to mix up some more green. Okay, so this looks like a good olive color, olive green color. This is kind of a darker brown green. Would also be a good tree color. Tree trunk color. And let's add some more red. And now, just on a whim, I'm going to paint these with all three of the colors, which should make a either brown or gray color. So beautiful purple. So add a little more yellow. I'm trying to find a really pretty shade of gray. If you added more of the yellow and red color, you would have more of a brown neutral. If you have more of the blue in it, you'll have more of a gray neutral. But all three of the primaries mixed together will make a brown. Or gray color. And you don't have to do that part if you don't want to, but I just wanted to color it. So now that we did all of that, let's remove the tape and see how it looks. So there's our color wheel. I'm going to clean up these lines, and then so there's the yellow, orange, yellow, green, the green, and the blue green, and the blue, the violet, or the blue violet, and the violet, and the red violet, and the red, red orange, orange, and orange yellow. Some of the colors I got really, really close. That one is about a perfect match. This is a near perfect match. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. This one's a little different, but I like this green better because it's a more natural looking grass green. And this is not the same. You could try using a phthalo turquoise here, but I like this blue green. It's a very pretty color. And the blue violet, red violet's really close. Of course, the Alizarin Crimson is a cooler red than this red. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you found this video helpful, you could give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel. I will be making more videos and maybe even make some more color wheels. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and happy painting.